Okay, hello. So today I'm going to talk about diastasis recti. That's how I pronounce it. I'm not sure if it actually is pronounced another way. If you don't know about it, I'm going to tell you what I know about it. Again, I'm not a doctor, so this is just my understanding of it and the research I've done on it. And it's an important thing to kind of keep in mind if you're pregnant. It does happen to people that aren't pregnant, but I know it most commonly is something that can happen to women postpartum. And it's when your rectus abdominis, your ab wall, separates. And it's when it's separated more than, I believe it's 2.7 centimeters, which is more than in my understanding, more than a 2-finger length, which is a lot. So often we have not often, when we have the baby, belly grows, abs separate. I'm not exactly sure the technical aspects of what happens during pregnancy, if they completely pull apart, if they move to the sides of the body, if they move under the baby, not sure. I know they do function somewhat, so they must be doing something, but either way, they do separate to a point because they're stretching. And then postpartum, they will ideally start to zip themselves back up together. To somewhat where they were before is what we're hoping for. There might be a little more space than normal, but we don't want anything more than that 2-finger space because that's quite large. And it also just kind of interferes with using your abdominals in general, which support your spine, and you need those guys. So we want them really strong after pregnancy, as well as we do before pregnancy, and we need a little bit while we're pregnant to kind of hold that baby up of those lower abs. So if you know you have diastasis recti, you also need to go see a doctor. You need to go see a physical therapist, and you need to be working with them to build your muscles back together in a really strong, healthy way, so that we're not looking for a flat, rock hard abs. I mean, those are great. If you can get those, awesome. But we're looking for your spine to be happy and safe. Your belly holds up your whole spine. It's keeping you upright. It's keeping you healthy. It's keeping space in between the vertebrae. So you really want to make sure they're nice and strong. If you aren't sure if you have diastasis and you have already been pregnant, you are not currently pregnant, there's no need to check for diastasis while you're pregnant because you're pregnant. So it doesn't matter. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're just being very cautious while we're pregnant of how we're working our abdominals out to not overtax them so that we don't lead to diastasis. Sorry, there's a lot of shaking in that one. So I'm going to show you if you are not pregnant, so either you were or you're not currently pregnant, how to test for diastasis, the easiest way that I know how to do it to see if you have it. And we're just going to check and see that the abdominal wall is about 1 finger width length. We want no more than 2. Some people can go upwards of 4, which is huge. And they definitely need physical therapy, and they need to be doing special abdominal exercises. Your normal crunches, your normal abs are not going to zip those abs back up the way you want them to be zipped up. I don't specifically know what those exercises are. I'm sure the internet can help you with that, and I know a physical therapist could help you with that, but it's really important that you work with someone to knit those abs back together in the way that you want. So if you are not pregnant for about the 5th time or have already been pregnant, so there's no baby in your belly at all, this is how you check to see if you have diastasis recti. You're gonna have to lay yourself down on the ground. So I'm gonna lay down on the ground. Once you're laying down on the ground, you're gonna find your belly button. You're gonna press index finger into that belly button, and then you're just gonna crunch yourself up. Ugh. When you crunch up, you should be able to feel one ab wall and the other ab wall. You might have to kind of dig in there a while. So dig in and see, push, see, and it should be 1 finger length, ideally. Maybe it's a little less than that if you have really tight abs, good for you. Maybe it's 2 fingers, and I'm talking width-wise, right? Not depth-wise, but wide-wise. Maybe 2 fingers, but nothing more. If it's anything more than that, you have diastasis. You have diastasis recti, as far as I am aware, and you definitely need to speak to your general practitioner about that. If you are recently postpartum, you need to speak to your OB about that if you're still under her care for everything or his care for everything, and you need to see a physical therapist. So please go do that. Please, please, please. Normal ab work is not going to help you out. Some of it can, but some of it will not. Some of it's going to do more damage, and we want to knit those abs back together so we can take care of our spine and our body. And again, this is something that's very common in women that were pregnant. I can't tell you why or how. In my mind, I was like, oh, it's probably the really tiny women that spread so much, but that's not the case. Sometimes it's people that are larger. It's people that are medium sized. Sometimes it's just the way the abs are in general and the way the body is relating to the pregnancy. Sometimes, and I would say it's, my guess is more common with multiples because you're getting so much larger. So that's a possibility, but don't quote me on that. So that's how we test if we have diastasis. You lay down on your back if you are not pregnant. You put one finger lengthwise right on that belly button. You push down, you lift up like you're doing an ab crunch, and then you lay your finger in that crease. You should be able to feel literal walls of your abdominal muscles on each side. If you can fit more than 2 fingers, and I'd say almost even 2 fingers because we're looking for just 2.7 centimeters, you do have diastasis, and that's something that you should very much so immediately address. And if you're already having back pain or you're just noticing, wow, my belly just will not go back after I had my baby. I mean, yes, there's going to be fat there. There are fat cells there. They're there forever. Yay. But if you just notice that you can still blow your belly out and you look like you're 5, 6, 7 months pregnant and you're postpartum, you might have diastasis. So give it a quick check, see if that works. Or doesn't work, whatever it works. And if you're curious about it and you're not sure or it's something you want to talk to your doctor about, please, please, please go do that. And you can get help. And you can also look it up on the internet. You can look up a definition that makes more medical sense to you. And you can also look up, I have no doubt that there are people that have special geared fitness exercises that are for people with diastasis. But I highly, highly recommend doctor first. Talk about it, see what's going on. You need your abs. They hold up your whole body. You want them strong. Boom. That's it. Diastasis. Talk to you later. Bye.